All right, I am Brigitte LaPointe-Dunham. I am the Chief Executive Officer for the Keweenaw Bay Indian Community, and I'm here today to provide an update to the community on what's happening with the tribal government. But before I start, I just want to thank the community. I've been in my position now for over a year. July 12th was a year. But I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I just welcome, every challenge and every opportunity to make our community better and a great place to live and work. I have some great news to start. Something I'm really excited about, something my staff and I have been working on for the past, I want to say, 6 to 8 months, and that is recruiting a physician. As we know, the health of our community is the future of our community. So my staff and I really made this a priority when we started. We wanted to improve the health of our community, improve the access to health in our community, and I'm just so excited today to tell everyone this great news. I'm not sure when this is going to air, but I know the press release just went out. But I wanted to be here with Mitch and tell you guys first. But it may be old news when this is out, but we are welcoming a new Chief Medical Officer to our reservation on November 7th. Dr. Sofina Mannheimer Calderon will be joining our health system staff as Chief Medical Officer. And that might sound a little different to everyone, but I made a little change in our organizational chart, and I felt a Chief Medical Officer was needed to support the vision of our health director. Our health department is huge. I mean, it really, impacts a lot of areas within our community, and having one person undertake all of that, it's not feasible. So getting a Chief Medical Officer here to kind of oversee our medical professional staff and support the vision of our health administrator is something I'm really excited about. Sofina comes from Tuba City, where she is the family medicine physician and chief of staff at the City Regional Healthcare Corporation. And she received her Doctor of Medicine degree from the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry. And you guys, she is a prestigious physician. We are so lucky to have her. She is board certified with the American Board of Family Physicians, American Heart Association, ACLS and BLS provider, advanced life support, and she is certified in advanced life support and OB strikes provider, and a member of the American Academy of Family Physicians. Most notably, Dr. Calderon was recipient of the 2021 Arizona Rural Health Association's Exceptional Health Professional of the Year Award. This award acknowledges significant contribution to rural health through distinguished personal leadership. So again, I'm just truly honored to bring her here. I'm excited for everyone to meet her, the staff, our community. She is going to be a difference maker. So that's my big news today. I'll continue with my update, but I wanted to get that first off the table. I hope everyone's as excited as I am, and we can take full advantage of Dr. Calderon when she gets here. All right, moving on. As we know, our community is without a full-time dentist right now. We continue to search for a permanent full-time dentist. We do have a temporary dentist coming in mid-November who will work full-time Monday through Friday. And this person will be here for at least the next 3 months, and depending on that, he will determine if he will extend or not. But in the meantime, I mean, we are recruiting just as we did for this physician, and we are looking for a permanent full-time dentist. It is an active process. It is a long process. So I just thank everyone for their patience, and we will get through this. We will get through this. Now, some more good news on the front. I mean, as some of you know, our tribal government runs on grant funding a lot. I mean, we rely on tribal support, and then we have grant funding. So when we apply for grants, it's very strategic. We look at our needs in the community, we look at our needs in the government, and we try to, align those in our applications for it to make sense. So one big grant that we just received, it is a CTAS grant, and we are still waiting on the exact amount of funding, but this grant that we just learned of today is to renovate our police department. as many of you know, and many of you have probably seen, it's a small building which holds 8 full-time and 2 part-time officers, our SORNA coordinator, our criminal investigator, 2 on-call staffers, a cadet, and our dispatch person. So I mean, there's a lot of people stuffed into a place that looks like an old tire shop. So we got this grant, we applied for it because we want it to be a place of safety, and secure, efficient, and we want to provide a state of the art department for the people that keep our community safe. So included in this renovation are 2 holding cells and a forensic interview room. So right now, because we don't have a holding cell, we contract 4 beds with the Bexar County Jail, and those are sentenced on their terms. So having those holding cells will be a game changer for our police department, and again, the safety of our community. Tribal police conducted over 1,500 interviews in 2021, and our social service department also uses this one room in our police department. With this renovation, we will offer more safety, privacy, and state-of-the-art recording devices, and an area where victims and staff will be able to get the job done. Another grant we just received with our police department is for our SORNA coordinator, and that will extend our SORNA services for the next 3 years, which was great to hear. Moving on to our transitional home and our OVW victim services. We just got news again today that we received a grant from the Department of Justice for increased funding up to $400,000 to provide victim services. I just can't explain the excitement behind this funding to keep these services within our community, because it is so needed. So to get out of the justice side of things, I'm going to move on to another grant award that we just learned of, and this is through the Fire Emergency Management Program. So that's our director there is Tom Chosa, and we are super excited for him. I know he worked hard on this grant application with our grant specialist Cindy Cowell, and it's a pretty big deal. I mean, he applied for this grant and he received up to $2 million over 5 years to fill 5 full-time positions, as long as to fulfill many different projects that the fire management crew do. Some of those projects include fuels work, a truck, some more fuels projects, and preparedness. I know he's working hard to build our fire department up, so having any kind of funding is just going to support that. So we're really excited about that and the future of our fire department. And just to summarize some of the grant awards that we have received this year, and a lot of the kudos should go to our grant specialist Cindy Cowell. She came on in November. She's new to the community, but she was ready to roll her sleeves up and go to work, and that's exactly what she's done. Some awards we received this year: a 5-year grant that is $200,000 annually is a domestic violence prevention grant. She worked with a summer food program for the youth program, so we were able to provide more meals for the summer day camp. We received a $200,000 living languages grant through the TIPO office. We received a $3,000 grant for our elder nutrition program to offer wellness programs. And then through the education program, we received 2 library grants, one for $35,000 and another for $150,000. And all of those are to improve our library services, provide educational support, language services, mental health resources. I mean, these grants, you can be really creative with them, and that's exactly what Liz Julio did, our education director. And again, we're just excited to be able to offer more services for our community. We received a $35,000 EPA air grant. Our air specialist, Jane Kakinen, worked hard with Cindy on that one. And then another one we received was through NRD, was to look at the white-nosed bat and some of those species in our environment. So again, we're just really excited. I mean, we have more on tap that we are waiting to hear news on. So I mean, everything just aligns when we think about our community, and this grant funding just helps support what we can offer, again, to make our community a better place to live and work. So again, huge kudos to our grant specialist, Cindy Cowell. She deserves a lot of credit. She works very hard with each and every one of our departments, and it shows when we're awarded for these grants, and it's just great practice for a future. And it's really, that's what these grants are for looking ahead to the future and how we can sustain ourselves here. So great job, Cindy. Something I wanted to bring up, we just received notice of this as well today. Native Science Report just published a report on a forestry program that we have going on. I'm not sure if many people know about it, but it's through our carbon market. And what that means is, while our environment is very sought after because of the trees and the health of our environment and how we are stewards to our environment and we take care of it. So after 2 years of paperwork, data collection, preparation, this project really started in 2019. And really what we're finally ready to do is sell our carbon credits generated from our sustainable forest. Right now, we have Dick's Sporting Goods and other large-scale companies looking to buy our carbon credits. And what that is they want to increase and enhance their carbon footprint for their big-time companies. So they look to the environment and to different carbon credit areas that are sustainable to do that. And KBIC is one site that they're doing that with. So it's a very interesting project. We are going to publish the article on our Facebook page and our website. So please look for that if you want to educate yourself. It's a great opportunity to understand the carbon market and a different side of why we keep our environment the way we do and why we are so protective over it. All right, so some other just little updates I want to do with our EMP program. That's our Elder Nutrition Program. Our director there is Susie Emblad. She's doing a great job since the pandemic kind of resolved a little bit and we're able to open up. She's trying to offer more services. As we know, all the meals are now in person. She's providing more activities. The seniors and our elders are able to kind of get together and mingle again and socialize and see each other. So that's just great. Some programs that she's offering are yoga, water aerobics is coming. I know in the winter months she's talking about wreath making and other crafts. On the weekends they're doing rummage and craft sales, and I just encourage the community to really take part in those rummage and craft sales, because at the end of the day those sales go to activities for our seniors and elders. I know our senior group just went to a Packer game that they kind of coordinated themselves and put the funds together, and they were able to enjoy themselves at a Packer game and a weekend in Green Bay, which is great for them. We were locked up for a long time there, and the ones most affected, by isolation, were our seniors. So it just goes so great to see them active again, and I'm just really excited about what Susie has to offer. Another department with some updates here, our youth department. We have our after school program going. This is after school Monday through Thursday, and I believe there is pickup for schools, and there are still a lot of spots left. I think we only have 11 spots filled, so if you are interested, please call our youth office and John Hebert can get you an application to apply. Also talking with our youth director, he has a lot of events on tap for October. He should have that calendar ready to release very soon. Some ideas that he has are, he's going to offer beading classes 2 times a week, regalia making 2 times a week, powwow dancing classes. And this is really important because, we should be practicing these things and getting ready for powwow before the week before powwow. So that's the idea around this, is to keep everyone engaged, and then when powwow comes, we can really show what we learned, the months before. So I'm really excited for these. Please look for that calendar. And a big exciting thing, since we've had to do it either drive-through or through the mail, is we're having an in-person Halloween party this year. So it's going to be fun to see all the kids dressed up again and provide some games, and hopefully the horses are back for the horseback riding and things like that at the parties. But yes, an in-person Halloween party. So please look for dates on that and the details on that as well. And I have a couple more updates here. Let me find my notes. Right, okay. Oh, our Public Works Department, we do have a new assistant director. It is Bruce LaPointe. So he is in place right now. He is actually acting as interim director while our director, Arlen Friswell, is out. We are excited to have Bruce back. He is definitely putting his staff to work, and we're excited to have Bruce on board to, manage areas of our community, especially as the weather's getting colder, snow's gonna fall, and we need that snow removal that Public Works does for our elders and people with disabilities in our community. So we're really excited to have a ramped up staff. Everyone's moving, they're moving along with our building improvements. We have that's really what he was hired for, is to coordinate our building improvements. So please look for that. We already have our youth building roof ready to get fixed. We're really excited about that, and repair some of the buildings we have for our tribal staff. Last but not least, as many of you may know, I know Sheila has been updating on it, our community newsletter. We are excited to say that we will launch this in November. So look for our first community newsletter post-COVID coming out in November. It may look a little different the first couple editions. We're going to try it real digital. We'll provide a link to view it. We'll put it on a PDF version on our Facebook, on our website, and then from there we'll really ramp it up and start understanding who needs it mailed to them, what kind of articles people want to see more of. Take submissions from members and community partners and tribal departments to submit news. So we really have a plan. We have a plan in place, and we're ready to put that in motion. So in October we will be pushing out outreach for articles, updates, and news. And yeah, our first community newsletter post-COVID should be coming out November 1st. All right, so tomorrow tribal government offices are closed for Michigan Indian Day. And a lot of times we celebrate a lot of holidays with our tribal government, and that's not a bad thing. And Michigan Indian Day definitely is not a bad thing to celebrate. I just want to provide a little bit of history behind it and why we do celebrate that. Obviously, just on the surface, it's Michigan Indian Day, we celebrate it, yes. While Michigan Indian Day is observed on the fourth Friday in September, in an attempt to honor the significant contributions that various Native American tribes have made in American history, particularly obviously in the state of Michigan. This day actually dates back to 1974, but it was first celebrated in 2007. So it's really a day to celebrate the very first people in Michigan and how they've played an irreplaceable role in history in our great state. So why is Michigan Indian Day important? Well, it highlights overlooked communities. As we know, Native American people are overlooked in mainstream American culture, and so this day really highlights our communities and all the good things that we do and we offer. It's an opportunity to educate yourself. So if you aren't familiar with the tribes of Michigan or the importance of the tribes of Michigan, it's an opportunity to take time and what has happened? Why is this day so important? So it's a great opportunity to educate yourself, and it's an opportunity to raise funds. There's going to be a lot of, if you're on the internet, you'll probably see a lot of funds opening up from different tribal groups out there across the U.S. To support Michigan Indian Day. So I encourage everyone, if you're sitting home on Friday, if you work for the tribal government, take some time, Google it, Michigan Indian Day. What does it mean? Why am I home today? Why are we observing this? It just adds a little more importance and significance to our day off. But all right, that's all I have for today. I am excited about these updates. I know this one was a little up and down, but I look to do this more, and I'm really excited to provide more for the community.